Welcome.
Hey, guys. Hey, did you put that fuck off at the end?
Yeah.
That kind of goes good. We might have to put that in the song. I mean, that is your kind of your thing, the fuck off once we piss you off enough.
No, it is, but I just thought it kind of fit the very end of the song. I thought it sounded good there, and
that's what I mean. You might have hit fucking gold there. Might have struck gold there, son.
Could I be a lyricist?
No.
Could I sit down and write a tune?
No, probably not.
Why? You don't know that. I might be able to. I got a good vocabulary. I could probably write a tune.
You know what I'm going to do real quick, though?
What?
And the people listening, they don't fucking know, but the people watching, they're like, hey, why is Felchin spelled backwards? So I'm going to flip you. Oh, flip the wrong fucking thing, you know?
Because the person getting Felch is usually backwards.
Are they?
Ass up, you know.
How would Japanese Felch? Because they face backwards, though.
Yeah, but you don't Felch on the toilet. You don't want to lose
no.
You're talking Blumpkin.
I'm talking Blumpkin. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it'd be hard for a Jap to give you a bumpkin.
Yeah. The Japanese don't do Blumpkins, you think?
They can't. They sit on the toilet wrong way. I feel like they would
specialize in Blumpkins, though. They're Japanese.
No, but what they do is you get behind them and they just shit all over your face. That's the kind of Japanese shit. They're really into poop and pee stuff.
Oh, Japanese
and puke.
Known for their scapula?
Yeah, and puke too.
Gross.
And that's where you lose me with the puke. I saw this one porn video. First, I thought it was going to be a good spanker, and I got the pants down and ready. Mm-hmm. Two hot young Japanese women getting in a bubble bath, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to fucking spank to this, you know? And all of a sudden, one of them's in the tub, and the other one's washing her boobs and stuff, and the one outside the tub just goes, and pukes in the tub.
Okay,
and the girl in the tub starts picking up the pieces and consuming them. And Boner went bye-bye and never came back. And then she puked on her face, and they puked all over each other. It was fucking pretty gross.
That's rude.
Not to them.
Who's getting off? God damn it, man.
Somebody's getting off on that.
You know what we should do? Bomb Japan again. We got to put an end to this.
Last time we used 2 bombs. This day with the technology, 1 would do it.
Well, we should do 4 just for extra measure.
Yeah.
Maybe kill some people around them, too, you know? Yeah, man, I probably shouldn't start off the show looking for World War. Anyhow.
Well, it's coming anyway with the Russia-Ukraine thing.
Yeah. Featuring this week, we got a guest and a big Biden supporter. So she really wants this war. She loves Biden. Big war hawk, this lady. Also, we spoke about Blumpkins earlier. Big Blumpkin giver, big war hawk. Whoopi's here.
I mean,
with that
what
kind
do
of
I say to that?
you fucking.
There's nothing you can't say. It was all the truth. I know you do.
How could you love Uncle Joe? He's a fucking douche.
Man, he's a nut job. He's a crazy
you know
person.
What I realized?
He's not even a crazy person. He's just he's Hillary Clinton, but a dude version. He's Bill Clinton. He's just that fucking 90s piece of shit Democrat that everybody thought was great at the time. When you look back, you realize they fucking suck just as bad as the fucking Republicans.
Yeah, but you can actually throw 100 facts into that guy's face, and he will sit there and actually, in his little mind, think he can convince you that none of that is true.
Well, that's fine.
He's Fire Marshal Bill.
He is kind of Fire Marshal Bill.
He's 100% hit the no lip, the big teeth. Can you hear me? I can't hear me. Is that okay?
You can't hear you?
I can't hear me.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say though.
Maybe
his wife is hot.
He has a hot wife,
and she's a doctor.
She's pretty good looking lady.
She's pretty attractive.
She made the
gilf.
Headlines a couple months ago.
Can you hear us? You just can't hear yourself?
I guess I can hear me now.
You're fine. Shut the fuck up. That's annoying.
Sorry. It was a real thing I was experiencing, okay?
I don't know. I got thrown off by that. I thought something was broken.
Oh my God.
Did I press record? All right. We're good we're good everywhere.
We're back.
Yeah. So, I mean, after all this time, you can still sit there and say you're a Biden fan.
I can still say it was a better choice.
Well, that's a big stretch from I'm a Biden fan.
That's all it was for anyone. No one likes him. We all wanted Bernie.
That was my
If
Trump
there was
vote.
any fraud in any election, it was when the nomination was stolen from
Well,
Bernie
actually,
Sanders.
That's an incorrect statement. Everyone didn't want Bernie. Or he would have won.
Enough did.
And,
a lot of people wanted Bernie.
A lot of people wanted Bernie, but not enough to make him win.
Well,
the Democrats didn't want Bernie.
No, the Democrats have never wanted Bernie.
They didn't want Bernie, and they still control a lot of the population that doesn't really put any thought into this. You know what I mean? You got to remember, most of the people vote. It's very just that. You know what I mean? They don't put anything into it. It's just they're going to vote for whatever the mainstream wants to vote for.
Bernie's this version of Ross Perot. You guys are much younger than me, but when I was a kid and Ross Perot jumped in, he was like a Bernie, except he was a Republican Bernie.
Well, he wasn't Republican, really. He was Libertarian.
He was more, he ran on a Republican side.
Yeah, Ross Perot was basically your Ron Paul. They are very, very similar.
But Ross Perot came in with this giant, huge following, and everybody said, no, this is a fucking real businessman who's going to run the country like a fucking business. And he started with $1,000, and now he's worth billions. And then he said, I just don't want to be president, and he pulled out. And a few months later, he said, no, I think I do want to be president. He went back in. And now everybody went back in and said, fuck you. I've already sent my support another way now. Now you have no chance. And that's like a Bernie thing. I don't think Bernie ever goes into this full bore. He just kind of goes in, I'm here, vote for me.
He goes
blah, blah,
in,
blah.
but he doesn't want to fucking hurt the feelings of the people on the left, which you have to be able to do if you're ever going to become president. You got to stand up to the other people running for president.
They got no problem with it anymore.
You got to shit on them.
You think fucking Republicans and Dems shitting on each other. Those fucking... The Democratic and the Republican conventions, man, they're worse than the fucking than the opposite.
Bernie was too big of a pussy to shit on Biden like he should have, because Biden was an awful fucking candidate. I mean, he was maybe the 4th or 5th best out of that group. But that's who we got now, and now we're going to get war.
It was always Warren for me.
And not just war.
War with Russia.
War with Russia.
Oh, yeah, they don't have any good weapons or anything.
No, shit, no. They don't have a good military. They don't have nukes. They don't have any of that.
They're not ran by a fucking crazy person that's willing to use all that.
My God, this could be the war to end all fucking wars. I
really think Putin's getting older, and he's thinking in his head, like, everybody knows me now, but in history, not that many people are going to know Putin. He hasn't done that much. He doesn't got those Stalin numbers. He doesn't have, the Lenin shit, with the background of him.
Have you seen him on a horse?
He's a handsome man, second only to Alex Jones on a horse, but either way. What I'm saying is, he's getting at that age now, and he just doesn't give a fuck, and he has such this ego that I think he wants to make his name. He wants to be in history, and if that means fucking starting World War III, well, I'm fucking cool with it. I'm ready to go.
They're buried into every system that is connected to the internet. They are not going to need to use nuclear warheads to blow up this world.
Yeah, they will. Because that's what he wants.
They will, but they won't need to.
Oh, yeah, there go. Yeah, this is going to be a bad one. This is probably the start of some bad shit.
Just
my
shut
God.
down all banking.
But imagine if it does go full force with this fucking thing. I'm not saying it's going to be like World War II or anything where they're going to fucking march across Europe. The chemical weapons we have today will kill millions and millions and millions of fucking people.
Yeah.
With 1 or 2 single bombs. I mean, my God, this could literally wipe out half the fucking population of Europe. If it gets that way.
I just say let them have the Ukraine. I don't give a shit about the Ukraine. I think we have had one Ukraine listener, so buddy, get out. Get out now, dude. The Russians are coming.
Come here. Biden will take you.
Yeah, have you seen the pictures of the citizenry getting ready? There's a lady with like a 50 caliber giant rifle standing just in like a normal kind of shitty kitchen. And it says a 50-year-old woman waits for Russian invasion. And this thing is fucking massive. I think it's got a flamethrower on the end.
This shit, we sold them in the 80s.
But didn't this shit all start with fucking NAFTA? It really did, didn't it?
I don't know.
Because Ukraine was trying to fucking go vote into NAFTA. That's what it all started with. Russia wanted nothing to do with NAFTA.
I'm not going to pretend I know why this is going on. I just know that it's going on.
And that's what I read somewhere. Yeah. I don't know for sure. They say Russia wanted no part of NAFTA, and Ukraine is getting ready to do it. And it's just something that I read. But it's like it's not there anymore. It's pretty much further advanced.
I think Biden's part of that old political system where they think the only way to really get the economy going and get inflation under control is to start a fucking war. Then
start a little one. Hey, fuck you, Greece. I'm coming. We're coming.
This is convenient. Okay, It just happened. Just falls in your lap. You don't just waste that opportunity
to start a fucking world war to get that economy good.
Send some extra tanks over there instead of into American.
Well, the good news is if we do go to war with Russia, Russia's probably only going to have like China for an ally. Jesus Christ!
Only the biggest
billion
country.
Fucking people.
And I don't know when Americans are going to. We always sit there and go, "We're the world superpower." I think everybody but America knows that China is kind of the world superpower at this point. And America, we're just that kid.
China is, but
we're that kid that won the fight in the 90s, and we're still like, yeah, check out these guns, bro.
We're hamstrung by our own freedoms and laws, which they don't have any freedoms in China, so it's real easy. They just do whatever they want.
Yeah, but have you ever noticed that when America is sticking its nose in everybody's business, and the latest thing with this China and the fucking the death penalty and all that and the way they've been killing people so often and blah, blah, blah. America came in and said, hey, you guys got to stop this shit. We're basically telling them how to run their own fucking country. No one's ever done that to us. No one ever came in and said, hey, this is Poland calling. You've got too many fucking marijuana users in prison. You need to let them out.
This is Poland calling.
No
I don't
one
know.
ever,
What was the
we
world's
don't mind
reaction to our Japanese concentration camps? I mean, that's the only thing really on some sort of par that I can think of. Because I just thought to myself, well, we haven't had our concentration camps yet. And then I thought, oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we put up something else.
We've done everything shitty that every other country has done shitty.
Sure.
We've done all of it.
We haven't gone mass scale like Germany. They were a little bit more aggressive.
Well, we haven't killed 9 million people.
That's
no,
what I mean.
we haven't
but
done
no,
that.
like she said, we've done it kind of on like a small thing with the Japanese, but we didn't kill them. We
Get a
just kept them.
taste.
Yeah, we just a little
It's
taste.
for your safety.
Just to see how it was going to work out. We haven't gone full bore yet, but hey, give us some time. Give us the right leader. We can do it. We can accomplish these goals.
Well, we got the right leader here.
We can be the shittiest country in the history of the world if we really concentrate and we really go, nah, Biden's not going to get a bunch of people together and kill him. We're going to have to go a couple steps. We're, maybe Trump's son, maybe when he gets in charge, that fucking cokehead, then it's gone. You know who I want to be in charge right now, though?
Prince Harry.
He wouldn't be a
He's
bad
he's pretty pissed off at a lot of people right now.
Prince Andrew wouldn't be a bad pick either, Get a little nice fresh set of ladies in the country.
General Meghan Markle calling all the fucking shots from the English
Oh, wait, he's
side.
not Prince Andrew anymore. He's just Andy.
Yeah.
His mom took all his stuff away.
Andy the Toucher. That's all he is now. Just old touchy Uncle
He had
Andrew.
to sell his mansion.
Fucking sicko. Anyways, I want West Virginia Governor Jim Justice. That is my man right now. All right, if we can only have West Virginia Governor Jim Justice in charge, when Russia comes after us, what do? We just show them a picture of a butthole of their dog. This guy literally brought his dog to a state. What? It's like the.
I don't know if it was a swearing
What are they?
in or
No.
something.
It's whatever they do every year. The president does the State of the Union, but it was the state of the state.
Okay.
Yes, and not only got to bring his dog, his bulldog there,
French bulldog.
He he held him up and showed everyone his butthole.
Wow.
And not only did he tell everybody to kiss his butthole, he specifically mentioned Bette Midler. Who the fuck knew Bette Midler was still
This
alive?
was in response to something
Bette
that
Midler don't
said.
even live in West Virginia, but this guy wants Bette Midler to kiss his dog's asshole.
He must have seen beaches.
Bette Midler's response was to post like how West Virginia is last in the nation.
That
on,
wasn't
like,
a response. That's why he did it. She
into-
talked shit about Manchin was what it was. The Senator Manchin that's there that's holding up
Yeah.
everything. She said, does Senator Manchin want the rest of the country to be basically fucking retarded, poor and retarded like West Virginia?
So, and then this happened, and then she posted the actual numbers and said,
Oh, she wasn't wrong.
Looking at these numbers, I think a dog's butthole would be a better governor for West Virginia.
Oh, I'd vote for the dog's butthole. That is a good-looking butthole. As
That's a
I'm showing
big
you guys
one.
on the video right now, you'll see it. That is a
Is
good-looking
that a tail, or is
butthole.
it quite
There's no
gaping?
tail in the way. Maybe that might be one of those little nub tails.
I think
but
that tail got taken out. I
Zoom
don't know
it
what's
in.
going on. It might be a wagon, and it's just right now it's on the left side because there's a little.
Well, it's a
lump there
bulldog.
on
They
the left
only
of-
got the little stump,
Yeah,
right?
they got a little stump. Either way, you see this lady in the background just fucking dying. Dog's butthole.
He's pretty pleased with himself as well.
Oh, that was a great
He's
man.
seen this view before.
This is my dude. I don't know any of his beliefs. I'm sure they suck. He's the Republican governor of West Virginia. I'm sure we don't agree on shit. But we both agree that bringing your dog's asshole to a fucking important speech is A-okay. It's a
And
great
the Sarah
thing to do.
Palin lookalike there really fucking loves it. She thinks it's the funniest thing in the world.
Well, she's back in the news too. It's a real bummer.
Sarah Palin is?
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't she get the vid?
Yeah, and then she went out to a New York restaurant, and some guy came up videotaping her and her friends. Are you guys concerned that Sarah Palin has COVID right now? And
Well, what a cunt move. If you,
is a cunt move.
you
I
have
know.
corona and you
then
go out to a
this guy
restaurant.
gets up and is like, "You don't want to do this, man," or whatever.
I
the
didn't
fuck
watch
he
any of
said.
this, but it's a cunt move. I did read that she got it and then she went out afterwards. I don't care if you wear a mask or not. It don't bother me. But if you have COVID, you actually have.
If you're positive,
you
yeah.
have the fucking.
And you know it.
And it's not just COVID. If you have the fucking flu, if you have strep throat, go through the list. Stay the fuck home, you cunt.
Yeah, I
That is
agree.
an
I gotta
asshole
tell ya,
move.
Like 3 times a year if I'm feeling low, I will rewatch that Katie Couric interview with her where she asked her about newspapers and she just couldn't even name a single magazine. She couldn't say People. She couldn't say fucking New York Times.
She claims she knew
Oh,
more about
God.
the world because she could see Russia
I
from her
could see
front.
Russia from my
from her
backyard.
yeah.
Which isn't true, guys. You can't see
Kind of
Russia
sounded
from
like
Alaska.
her a little bit.
Oh,
She's been practicing. I don't know if you know this about Whoopi. Remember those porn movies that came out of Palin?
Yes.
That was Whoopi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a pretty good imagination because she's a hot woman.
She was all right. I mean, for a politician
she
her
was
age, she
supposed
was
Poor
good
John
looking.
McCain, though. I would have voted for him. He would have had a chance.
Anyone would have voted
He's
for
a
him.
good
He had a
dude.
huge chance until he picked that stupid bitch.
He didn't pick her. She was picked for him.
Yeah, he did.
Ruined
I
his
agree.
life. And
I
you know
agree.
what?
Then you know what? Any politician
He's
worth
cool.
his fucking salt would have said, you know what? If me running and getting your support means I got to take on this bitch, I have no chance to fucking win. I'm not going to.
But
do
I
it.
think he did think he had a chance. I mean, I think he thought that would bring the votes. I don't.
Well,
it
it's
just
the
backfired.
second
Yeah.
person from my home state of Arizona that got fucked out of the election.
They
That's
could-
all I'm saying.
I mean, in the end, I don't know if I would have wanted John McCain as the president. He was kind of. I mean, talk about a war hawk. You know what I mean?
Talk about a war hero. That guy was
he would
that.
have been. Yeah.
No, I kind of agree with Trump.
Oh no, fuck Trump.
Nah, he got caught.
He got caught.
Yeah.
And he had a chance to be released, and he said, "I will not go until my guys go with me." So he stayed there an extra 14 fucking months or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, that guy was a hero. I'm sorry.
I watched that healthcare vote. God damn it.
I'm
it
not
was
the
exciting.
I'm not the crazy war, but I mean, you got to identify a hero when you see
McCain
it.
was a man of like 4 lives. You know what? He had the war hero life, then he had the politician life, then he became a fucking slimy Republican. But then I think Trump kicked him back out to kind of a moderate again because he was always that moderate dude. And then all of a sudden, when he ran, he was far right again.
He was.
Because I guess that's just what you got to do. But I hate that idea that if you're someone that'll do something just because you got to do it, I don't want you.
Like talk
anything.
shit about your gay daughter.
I don't like you. Yeah, he did used to talk shit about his
Yes,
gay daughter,
he
didn't he? Even Cheney didn't even do that shit.
No.
But
Wasn't that McCain? Am I thinking of Cheney? Am I confused?
Yeah, I don't think Meghan McCain
Sometimes
is.
I make shit up.
No,
guys.
she's
No,
straight
another one. The other one. There's another one.
with a gay daughter.
Maybe.
Let's just get out
I
of this.
don't know.
Let's just. You know what we should do?
Next.
Since we're speaking gay, let's just go to gay. And Chris, that don't make sense.
I got one of these too, though. So do you.
Why is it that?
We don't have a producer. That's why.
No, that was a mess up of different proportions than I'm used to because I hit the gay button and it played asshole, but it had the gay.
But think about how it fits.
Now that
Talking about gay guys and assholes.
That
it kind of
annoys
goes
me.
together. See how it fits?
That really bugged me, guys. I'm gonna just keep on doing it and keep on doing it and keep on doing it. Anyways, go
All
to our.
right,
This is "Does You Make It?" Do you remember the song?
Does that make me gay?
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make me gay?
Does that make me gay? Ba-dum.
Do you remember that
You
one?
guys have beautiful voices.
Hey guys, I'll fix
Why
that
didn't
next
you sing
time.
like that when you were in a band?
Huh? I had a great voice. I don't know what you're talking about.
100%.
I could hit that one note. Perfect.
This is a very simple "Does that make me gay?" because it was almost it wasn't a request, but it was somebody that talked about doing this, and I thought about that. And you know, we've all talked about the distances that are required, like with the double penetration. If you don't hold the balls up and they get within 3 inches of each other, that's gay. Does this make me gay? Okay. If a guy is fucking his wife doggy style. Now, I didn't do this. I'm not going to do this. I don't ever thought about doing this, but a friend of mine asked me to do this one because he considered it.
He considered.
He considered this because he was having a little three-way with a couple. They weren't married, but he was having a three-way with a couple. Does that make me gay if I lick a woman's pussy while she's being fucked? If I'm nowhere near the dick? If I'm a good 3 inches?
You're near it.
Well, you're near it, but your face isn't touching it. You're underneath. You're licking the bean, but the dick is right there, going in and out. Does that make me gay?
He's doggy style, or you? What's
Let's
the
say.
position?
All right, here's the deal. The guy's
Because if he's doggy style and you're looking at bean, his balls are.
There's no part of your forehead
The
or
man's
your
on his
chin
back.
that is less than 3
There's
inches.
a man on his back. Okay, his balls are laying down, hitting the sheets. She is riding him reverse cowgirl and leaning back. So then this guy is just basically assuming the regular position, licking bean.
Hats off to him for staying on target with that
When
mover.
the dick's 3 or 4 inches below and the nuts are hanging way down on the sheet. Does that make him gay? My answer is fuck yes, it makes you gay.
You're too close to balls.
That's exact. You're too close to dick.
But didn't you do double penetration or something once?
I did double penetration, but I held the balls up. I was in the butt.
Okay. Well, no, I was thinking the other kind of double
he
penetration.
was doing the least gay
Oh,
part
the
in
double
the butt.
vaginal penetration?
Yeah,
No, that's it. You're rubbing dicks at that point. We talked about it.
That's
but-
gay.
Yeah, that's gay. That's gay.
Seems logistically difficult.
And
You're actually rubbing penises.
It's difficult.
And it'd have to be not big dicks. You couldn't have two big dicks.
Not like Willem Dafoe, who once had to have a dick double because his dick was too big, and directors of his film thought it would be unbelievable.
What?
Willem Dafoe.
But answer my question. If a guy's licking pussy, but he's not licking the dick, he's a good 3 inches from it, but he knows the dick's there, he can clearly, all he has to do is look down.
Yeah.
Does that make him gay?
God, that's a hard one. I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't actually do it.
I would say, fuck no, I'm not even going to think about doing it. So as a heterosexual man, my response is, no, I'm not licking that with a dick in it.
I don't think there's a pussy that's worth that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
there
that's a
isn't.
dedication to pussy eating that is not gay.
because you're not even getting off. I mean, I figure when you're eating pussy, you're kind of doing it for them. So you must really like them. But how
only
could
if
you
you're
really,
not good at
But
it.
how could you really like someone that was getting fucked at the same time you're licking the pussy? I just can't. I couldn't do it. No, it doesn't make him gay though.
I don't think you're willing to take those type of risks if you're 100% heterosexual. When I did the double penetration thing, I mean, I was on flat-footed, leaning way over the butthole, cupping the nuts. There was no way they were going to rub against any of his stuff.
Yeah, well, I've always thought just any kind of group sex is weird to begin with. Well, you know, when there's two dudes and there's dicks going all over the place and someone's coming the same time as I'm coming that's not a female.
So
Agree
if
to
you
disagree.
have bunk beds and they're shaped like this,
Yeah.
it really helps things along.
Are you?
Is what I read. I saw it like in a movie probably once.
What do you mean? Like where you can't see and you're just fucking a different girl in a different part of the room?
No, I mean if there's two dudes.
What?
Yeah, so there's a dude laying here and
Okay.
a dude up here and then riding a dick here and sucking a dick here.
See, I like the standing
very
H.
convenient.
I like the standing H because you're as far away from each other as you can possibly be, yet you're still high and close enough for the high five.
See, I like the ZZ bottom because
If you're in it for the high five, that's absolutely gay.
I actually got to
That's
see.
not gay.
I got to
Hey,
see.
look what we're doing to this fuck horse.
Let's touch.
I got to see a
Let's
live
touch hands.
demonstration of the ZZ bottom this week between Jen and Ryan. They did the ZZ bottom for us all.
I don't know.
And
what
you
the
said it
ZZ
could only
bottom
work
is.
with two real long and bendy dicks, right?
Well, yeah,
And
because
you're not going to find two long,
No.
bendy dicks.
He likes it all too wet.
I'm gonna ask them to do it again this week and maybe film it and put up on the podcast website or something because it is funny to see, you know, and you can see how it could work if your dicks were that.
It
if
really
your dick
could work.
worked.
Well, how did a woman demonstrate this?
She used her hand.
Oh, as the dick?
She just stuck her hand in between her legs, and then their rock back and forth was fucking hilarious. Like he's like, "Then what do we do, babe?" And then she starts doing it, and he starts doing it, and it's just fucking hilarious.
So, from a physics point of view, it could work.
It could work. It very well could work. The ZZ bottom could work. It is impossible to explain though unless you see it. When you see it, you're like, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess that could work." I don't know.
Basically, they're
I don't
butt
know
to
why
butt,
the fuck
right?
you would ever do it.
They're butt to butt, right?
Yeah, you're butt to butt.
And you're bending the dick under.
You're bending the dick straight down, basically straight down, and you're tucking your dick into their butt, and they're tucking their dick into your butt, and then you just rock, and that's how the motion gets in the ocean. It's tough, man, but that's for someone that can't explain a dick that can just go, you know, from hard to straight underneath.
And mine couldn't.
You can point it down, right?
You can point it down, but if it's rock hard, it ain't going to go
Point
anything more than like parallel.
Plus, point it down and then point it completely between your legs. Basically, that's a whole different story.
I guess if there's enough of it, I don't know.
See, I think he might be the only one. He should have joined porn or something. If this guy's the only guy that can bend his dick like that, well, then he's wasting it. But
He should do fetish porn because he can think of some weird shit that I've never even dreamed up before.
And he is half the nasty man his brother was.
really is, yes.
I don't know
This
about
is
half.
really all the world could handle.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time Ryan was on the show, he told us how he sticks a disposable razor up his ass when he jacks
He's
off.
a man on a mission for pleasure, and he
Well,
will not be deterred.
And I think that maybe the biggest difference between him and his brother was Ryan has always had a steady girlfriend. As long as I've ever known him, he went from one girl to a different girl, and he's had some excursions, but not
Yeah.
many. You know, they've broke up and stuff, and you know, but for the most part, he's been with the same girl. Where Josh was a different bar whore every week that he was doing this weird
yeah,
shit
that's
with.
a miracle. But I don't know.
And some of those girls were funky.
Were they?
Yes.
Well, yeah, you're going to get the
And one
fucking
of them,
material
Ryan
down
can
there.
one of them
trick
was
ya.
Whoopi, so that'll tell you that. But no,
Untrue?
Whoopi. But Whoopi.
You didn't fuck him?
Yeah, she did.
No.
Bullshit.
Lies.
either way, Whoopi
You're
was
so full of shit. You gave a Blumpkin, but you won't admit fucking Ryan's brother.
I will give Whoopi credit that she caught Josh at a younger age. She wasn't fully there yet. He got a little weirder and weirder as the old years went on. So
well, numbers stack up.
Is the
like
word
that.
is the word weird or is it enlightened?
Oh, I love the guy. I miss him.
Yeah,
Because one could look at it as enlightened. You know, I was frigid before this, and now I'm enlightened. Come eat my butt.
He was just looking for a good time. No matter how it came, he wanted a good time.
Same.
You know, and he was willing to do anything
Anything
for
to
a
get
good time. So, you know, good for him.
You got to respect that, don't you?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no issues with that shit at all.
Respect was not.
But I never
the problem.
answered you. That's gay.
I think it's gay too.
All right, that's gay. We're just going with gay.
Because if your tongue slips or if the body slip, your tongue touches dick.
Yeah.
All right, now there's no way to take that back. You can't ever take that back. You can't say, "Whoops, that was an accident." Your tongue was on a cock, so there's no taking that back. If you're heterosexual, you can't ever take that back.
No, and in a perfect world, this would play "Would That Make You Gay?" But it's probably going to just play the right song, and this is the segment we're going to do anyway. So.
Okay. Now you've got one of these. I don't.
Oh, you don't have one?
I have a fuck you.
Okay, because I was going to go straight to some other stuff from mine, so I figured I'd let you go first. But
No,
if you
do
don't
it.
got one first, I'm going to go ahead
I gotta
and go
fuck you.
first. My asshole of the week is Brittany Matthews. Now, do you know who Brittany Matthews is?
Never
Yeah?
heard the name.
Well, you probably heard of her fiance, Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, okay.
All right, this is Patrick Mahomes' fiance. I guess he's been with her since high school. It's his high school sweetheart. But she's a bit of a cunt and a bit of a Karen and she bothers me. All right?
She's a Karen. Her boyfriend is biracial.
Well, not all Karens are racist, dude.
Well, I think most of them are, aren't they?
No, anyways, you're fucking it up.
All right, so what'd she do?
Fucking Brittany Matthews.
What'd she do?
All right, just in general, if you know anything about her, she's one of those people that you
Nothing.
can tell once the spotlight. You know, Mahomes is a real not spotlight kind of guy.
Oh, no.
Who
Very
else
mellow
stays with
dude.
their high school
and
boyfriend?
he has a douchebag brother and a douchebag fiance that are constantly like, you know, they want to be there,
Yeah.
and he just doesn't give a fuck about any of that stuff.
Oh, no,
he just wants to play football, I think, and be left alone.
Well,
he
and
obviously
do his
doesn't have
Subway
much.
commercials
I think
and
all of his aspirations. You know, I'm starting to think maybe does Mahomes have autism? Because it feels like all of his aspirations are into football, and then outside of football, he stays with this basic bitch that he's been with since high school. I know. I'm telling you,
I give him credit for that because the glamour didn't. He didn't
I give her
grab some
credit for it if she was
supermodel.
awesome, but she's not awesome. You can tell she sucks. You can tell.
I think successful men do that so that they know that because they think that means they're not going to meet a gold digger later on. Because I know
Maybe.
a guy who became a surgeon.
But does he know anything else? I mean, if you've been with the same girl since you were 16, maybe you're just like one of those guys that are just like, all right, good enough. I'm fucking good. You know what I mean? He doesn't care anyways because he's so focused on his football career.
Right.
And then she's willing to
It's
at least be
very
with him for that.
easy.
Anyways, after their win in Kansas City, and I don't know if you know this about Kansas City, but it's fucking cold.
Yeah.
You know, especially this time of year, fucking cold.
Yeah, it's
This
cold.
bitch hangs out her suite. You know, and people pop champagne. Well, most people pop champagne on their party, the people they're hanging with. Not this cunt. She decided in her heated suite to pop champagne all over the fucking crowd underneath of her. They're getting soaked while it's wet. Maybe don't want to smell like fucking
Like,
alcohol.
hey, you fucking peasants, this
Yeah,
kind of thing.
don't want to drive home smelling. Like, I don't drink. I don't want to smell like alcohol after the game and get fucking pulled over and all of a sudden they're breathalyzing me when I'm stoned. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that shit. So, fuck her, and fuck her for many reasons, for wanting to be part of the news and everything else. And like I said, fuck Mahomes a little bit for staying with this cunt. Like, I don't
Enabling
understand it.
her. He's an
Yeah, just get
enabler.
rid of this bitch, dude. Go find a hot bitch that'll just shut up and sit there.
And can I, as long I agree,
It's
fuck
kind of
her.
to spend your money.
Fuck her. You didn't do anything, honey. You're not good at anything. You didn't play football. You fuck Patrick Mahomes. That's all
I
you
mean, like
do.
I said, I don't know. And this is the sexist part of me. I'm just looking at her going, you can do better. I mean, she's basically just a skinny chick. Looks like she has some fake tits on her, but she's just a skinny
That came
girl. You know what I
later.
mean? Like,
But
He
speaking of
bought
Mahomes,
those.
let me ask you a question. Is Mahomes kind of a big, wet, flappy douchebag for this? Because I think so.
I think he's a big, flat, weppy, whatever words you just said, regardless.
Because you get a contract worth $500
But
billion.
ridiculously good player.
You got the biggest, ridiculously good player. Do you still need to do a Subway commercial? Do you still need to do an insurance commercial? You got a contract for $500 million. You need more money? You
No,
tight
but
ass
Subway needs
motherfucker.
him.
I don't think he controls his life. I really do think
I
Mahomes
do.
is a dude that walks around with someone holding his hand and goes, "Hey, play football," and then he's really good at football, and then they get him off the field and like, "All right, go with this basic bitch, go home," shit like that. I think his life gets controlled.
I don't know. I don't think.
and I'm totally making all this up. I have no proof.
Because I don't
look at
think
his
anyone's
face.
going to tell you, yeah, you're going to do a fucking insurance commercial dressed as your evil twin nerd self. You're going to do that today. You got $500 million, motherfucker. You got enough money. Don't keep pushing your fucking
and they
turkey
need
sandwich.
His influence. He's an influencer.
I don't
People
know,
will buy
man.
insurance if Patrick Mahomes tells them to buy insurance, which
Well,
I think is absurd.
Now the insurance
No, they
companies
don't.
got literally half the NFL doing it. It started
Yeah, I
with the
don't get
Aaron
it.
Rodgers doing it
Mm-hmm.
and Peyton Manning. But it's like, you got the biggest contract in NFL history, dude. You got to sell me a turkey sandwich? Come on, you tight ass.
Does he have a lot of free time that he's trying to burn?
He can't. He probably has a ton of free time now.
What do you mean? That shit probably takes 20 minutes and they give him like $3 million.
Yeah.
I'd do it too. I don't care how much money it worth. If you said, hey, come to this fucking studio, shoot a Subway commercial for 20 minutes, probably not 20 minutes, probably 2 hours.
That's probably a day's work.
Probably a
Come
couple
on.
hours, and I'm going to give you, $4 or $5 million. I'd be like, yeah, okay, see you Tuesday.
Well, you know what,
I don't
though?
care how much money I was worth. I'd still do it. I'd be thinking, okay, well, that aunt I have now, she has $5 million. You can like.
But there's no proof that Mahomes does anything hugely charitable with any of his fucking money.
No, I don't know if he does or not. Dude, you do not know that, and I don't know it. Just because
What
you
I'm
don't go
saying
around
is-
flaunting it.
Well, no, most of the time when you have fucking publicists and all that, they do flaunt it. If you're doing something charitable, there's a camera right there. Say, hey guys, look what my client's doing.
Yeah,
He's
I
giving
don't-
away all this fucking money.
I don't know.
Like fucking what's his name passing out turkeys.
I don't know, but either
He's
way,
got the Mahomes Foundation.
well, that's a cool name. I'll give him that. If you're gonna come out with the
Supports initiatives that focus on health and wellness. I'm sorry.
yeah, okay, he tries
Mahomes.
to get kids in shape. Good for
Yeah,
him.
you know what? The Clintons made how many millions of dollars off the Clinton Foundation? The money's not supposed to go into your pocket there, Bill.
That's what Ted Nugent thinks he's doing too.
But it wasn't the Clahomies. You know what I mean? My homies
Right?
is cool.
That's
But the
fun.
Clinton, they said during
They had the
during
name
Clinton's
first.
Yeah.
during the fucking whole fucking election process, the Clinton Foundation put almost $6 million in Bill and Hillary's personal fucking accounts.
Good for them. Who gives a shit about the
It's
fucking
the
Clintons?
Clinton Foundation.
He's
It's a chair. It's not
the
for the
foundation
Clintons.
For the
Is that what
Hello.
it's for?
Old Uncle
Makes perfect
Touchy's
sense.
fine, Just let Bill fucking fuck some children and go die in the forest.
Bill
Keith
fucks
Lane's
adults.
giving up names.
Bill fucks young AIDS.
Elaine is giving up names.
Nah, she's not. She's just not fighting it anymore. We talked about that a little bit
Yeah.
last week.
She hasn't
She's not giving
specifically
anything up, but they
named
haven't actually
anyone.
done it yet.
I know,
The
it's
court
so
still has
annoying.
to come out and say that it's worth putting the names out there. Like I don't think they've made their decision yet. Hey, this week, tomorrow, Kansas City, Cincinnati, the rematch. Whoopi fucking disappear for 5 minutes.
I'll go watching
We
the
got
game.
we got
I'll
footballs.
do Bengals.
Well, I can tell you this, and this you might fucking rag me if you want to, but you and I both diehard Bengal fans. We don't have another team. Bengals are our team.
Yeah.
In one way or another, it's been on my mind pretty much every fucking day.
Same here.
I think about it every day. I'm so fucking excited for it. I think of how I'm going to feel when they win or how I'm going to feel if they were to lose.
Yeah.
And I just want it so fucking bad.
Yeah, I'm a psycho. Like I watched this week's game at Ryan's house, with all of his family basically, because that's all who hangs out there. And these psychos, he has a small kitchen, maybe about the size of the studio here, not inside the curtain studio.
Okay.
All right, plus counters and everything else going. And they put the fucking giant TV on the counter, and everybody just stands in the kitchen and watches it, which is fine. I'm used to standing. I like watching it close up. During the games, that's fine. But during the important moments, I have to leave the fucking room, because if the Bengals do something good, I want to be happy, and I don't want them to. They didn't deserve this happiness. All right,
I'm with you.
They don't deserve it. I love them, but Jen doesn't deserve to be as happy about the Bengals win as I do. I've put in fucking 20 years of
Right.
just living and dying with every shitty game, watching them when they were 2-12, play that 15th game that didn't mean goddamn shit. And I'm still living and
And you're
dying
still
on
pulling
it.
for 'em,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I'm still pulling for them. So it means something different to me. So I kind of got to get away from people. Like after they won, everybody's celebrating. I went into a room by myself and I felt like fucking crying because like I put so much thought and everything
Yeah.
into this stupid fucking game. And, yeah, so I have a hard time watching these games with people. I don't remember what we originally started on.
Well, no, we
I'm just
started
saying,
about
I'm
talking
like a
about
fucking
we're
dick
talking
when it
about
comes
the
to
Bengals
sports.
game, but I'm with you. This is something that I've lived in Ohio now for 27 years, has been 31 since their last playoff win. Well, we now have 2.
Yeah.
And one more, and we're headed to the big fucking show. And as a sports fan, especially a Bengal fan, you're like, holy shit, this is real. This is fucking happening. I'm at the point where I wish they would just play right now and get it over with because I can't fucking handle it anymore.
No, I'm the same way. I can't wait till tomorrow. I thought today was tomorrow. I got excited when I woke up and then I realized, fuck, I got to go to work tonight.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Because I was off work yesterday because I got my booster.
But I will be having some cervezas watching the game, and I'm telling you, it's I'm gonna say it just to say it.
Don't
quit prediction.
No, I'm not making any predictions or anything like that. I'm just saying that first of all, I was reading this thing about a general poll of the United States. Has the Bengals as the favorite, as the personal favorite. More people are cheering for the
Bengals out of the Final Four teams than anybody else. But in this particular matchup, outside of, I think, Missouri and maybe the state next to them, everybody else is going for the Bengals.
Yeah, exactly right. And, first of all,
a lot of it's funny to be the darling team of the NFL right now.
Well, I think it's a lot of them are looking at it going, fucking Chiefs, you've done it last 4. Fuck off. That's
what it is.
People love an underdog.
And they're exciting. I mean, they're an exciting team to watch. But so is Kansas City. I mean, and I was a Kansas City, I wouldn't say fan, but I like watching, still to this day, I like watching Kansas City games. But I'm at the point there where it's like, all right, you guys have had your turn. You've
been here, watched the same team do
You've been here 4 years in a row. You've only won 1, all right, congratulations, but you had your chances. Let's get it going. I want to see some new teams.
It's just exciting to me because, first of all, it's done a remarkable thing around the city.
Oh, the city's completely different. You can't buy Bengals gear right now. My son, this is funny, and this tells you about the Bengals in general right now. So my son tells me, he's like, I want a Bengals shirt, I want a Bengals hat, I want a Bengals blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, but why the hell you all of a sudden want a bunch of Bengals stuff? And he just looks at me, he's like, because they always win, Dad. I'm like, oh my God, you know a different fucking Bengals than I know. Like, that's hilarious that your perception is this team never fucking loses.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the city for the last 20 years, the perception was they never win. And in reality, we were awful in the 90s. But since Marvin Lewis era, the Bengals have been mediocre. They haven't been
always
horrible.
Mediocre.
They've had a couple horrible seasons, but they've had a couple pretty damn good seasons also.
And they choke in the fucking playoffs. And
they choke in the playoffs. Yeah, they've never been able to win a playoff game. But either way, we've always thought they were worse than they were because of the 90s were so bad, because they were the worst team of the 90s.
But the thing that always bothered me about the Bengals is they had some good players over the years and started to put a little spark in the offense or the defense, and then just suddenly next year they were gone. We just kind of got rid of him. We did that with Jonathan Joseph when we sent him to Houston, and he went all-pro the very next year. I liked some of the running backs that were here in the 90s. I liked Cedric Benson. I liked Corey Dillon. I wish we would have never sent Corey Dillon to the fucking
Benson
Patriots.
was a little bit more, that was in the 2000s. But either way, yeah.
Well,
Dillon was great, but Dillon, that wasn't we sending him there. Dillon refused to sign for the Bengals again.
They never offered him any more money, am I right?
No, they did. His contract was up, and he just was sick of losing. You know what I mean? So he went somewhere else.
To New England, right?
Yeah. So Corey Dillon was on his own thing. He was kind of the same situation as Carson Palmer. They've paid Palmer. It was never a money thing. It was, hey, you're gonna fuck up my career because you guys can't ever draft anyone worth a shit. You won't spend money on free agency.
And then there was that fucking 8-year period where they just had the worst quarterbacks in the fucking league.
Yeah.
And thinking they could actually make a starter out of Klingler, Jeff Blake, Akili Smith.
You got to remember, dude, Klingler. If you look at just his college,
I drafted out of the college. I know
he killed it in college. He owned all sorts of records, and he just was a dud for whatever reason.
Ryan Leaf is what he was. But then who thought that Jeff Blake was going to be the fucking future of the team? Akili Smith, come on, man.
Well, Jeff Blake wasn't supposed to, and he backed someone up and came in and threw like 3 bombs, and then became popular in Cincinnati.
It turned into
so that's why he did it.
It's a Blake thing, remember?
Yeah, I mean they sold a lot of merchandise for the Blake and Pickens
the Blake thing, but he didn't do anything.
No, it was because we were so bad. We were 3-13. So when we all of a sudden had a year where we were 7-9, we were like, fuck yeah, Blake.
But it always seemed like the Bengals were the one team that never went after the big name who was available.
No.
They never went after the fucking big quarterback and they should be. Every team should be, to an extent.
Well, you have to be a little bit. You don't want to be the one that chases them. You don't want to be the Washington Redskins or football team or General or whatever the fuck they're calling themselves next week. You don't want to be that team that goes out and spends the most money every year on free agency.
And still loses.
Well, it's because you've spent all your money on free agency. You don't have any money for the other players.
Right.
You don't want to be that team, but you got to be what they're doing now. Like they go out and they get your DJ Readers. They go out and get your Mike Hiltons. You go out and get those. You don't have to get the best name. Get middle of the line guy that knows how to win football games. That's what you get, and that's what
But
they've
they've
did.
never done that up to this point.
No. Well,
in the last 31 years, they haven't done it.
The last couple years they have, but yeah.
Yeah, but during our bad times, what I'm saying is they've never, ever been, Mike Brown's never been that guy that said, hey, this fucking QB is available. Let's throw some money out there and get him and bring him in.
Mike Brown was obsessed with being Paul Brown, and not, which was his father, who was one of the most greatest football minds of all time, but he was the greatest football mind back in the 60s and 70s and 50s and shit, like a long ass time ago, where the sports changed. But Mike Brown wanted to be so much like his father that he made sure that he did all the exact same things that his fathers did to try to prove that you can win playing just like his father would have. Well, the truth is the league completely changed and you can't win that way anymore. And if Paul Brown was alive, he would have adopted it. You know what I mean? Or adapt it and went with the new way too. But Mike Brown didn't see it that way. It was like an honor to his dad to do things a certain way. It's the same reason he still to this day doesn't have a general manager, because his dad didn't believe in hiring general manager. We know football. We decide who's going to be on the team, who's not going to be on the team.
Right.
Well, the problem is Paul Brown and Mike Brown are different fucking people. Mike Brown doesn't have that instinct for football, I think, like his dad did, to pick people. So it never worked out. So until Mike Brown got old and handed it over to his daughter and his I guess son-in-law or whatever that have like taken over the last couple of years, and they've kind of changed it and adapted it, and now
we're definitely heading in the right direction.
Yeah, now we're getting decent. So
I mean, there's
predictions on tomorrow's game though.
My prediction was I had a dream about it actually the other day.
We've been right the last 2 weeks as far. Well, we haven't nailed the score. We've got close on some
We've
scores.
gotten close to the scores,
but we've picked the right team.
What did I have in my dream? I had 34-27 Bengals.
Look at you having dreams over here.
I did actually have a dream.
Oh, man.
And then in my dream, the fucking Rams-Niners game started, and I woke up before I knew what happened.
Oh, so you didn't get the answer?
Nope, but
34-27?
34-27.
Yeah, I have the score in the 30s, too. And I think I'm going to go 35-31 Bengals. Wishful thinking.
And
I'm not going to sit here and pretend the Chiefs are a better team. They're definitely a better team as a complete whole. The Bengals have some better pieces in certain areas, but either way.
But the main similarities that we're very similar on. We both got two fucking ridiculously talented quarterbacks.
They're different quarterbacks, but they're both really good.
Compare Tyreek Hill to Jamar Chase. You know what I mean?
You can kind of go there.
You can kind of go there. You can take Hardman and fucking Higgins. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Our key specialty positions.
No. You can't go there. You can compare Hill to Chase. That's fine, and Hill might be a little bit better just out of experience at this moment. But Higgins is miles ahead of their next receiver, and Boyd is miles ahead of their third receiver. So on receivers, we do have them there.
Pringle and Hardman, yeah.
We're better than them. On receivers, talent-wise, we're much better than them. Quarterback, I'd say, is a toss-up. Tight end, they're better than us. Obviously, Kelsey's one of the best. Zama's not bad, but he's not Kelsey. He's not Kelsey. Offensive line, they blow us out of the water. So that's a giant problem. You go on the defense, and I think we match up. If you compare our defenses together, I don't think either's more talented than the other. Really,
I think talent-wise, Mixon's better than Edwards-Helaire.
Oh yeah, we got a better running back too.
I would say that for sure.
We definitely got a better
problem
running back.
is after Mixon, we've got fucking Evans and Pirine. They have fucking Jerick McKinnon and fucking Darrell Williams. It's close. What I'm saying, it's similar.
They use backups different than we do. They don't go with one back constantly like we do. So, Cincinnati's definitely better, I think, in running back. If Cincinnati had a fucking line, dude, they're a Super Bowl team.
I know.
They really are. They got the defense that is good enough.
I mean, they still are a Super Bowl team. They're winning.
Well, yeah, for sure. But you know what I mean. They're one of the best teams in the league by far if they got a good line.
But what I'm saying is in the last 10 years, we've traded away some of the really good linemen we have. When we got rid of Kevin Zeitler, we sent him packing. Then we got rid of Andrew Whitworth, and Whitworth would have stayed.
Yeah, Whitworth was a tough call, man. Whitworth, when he left, was like 35, and you don't think that you should be paying top tackles of that age that money.
He's been All-Pro twice
but
since.
He's the exception, Every once in a while, you're going to get those kind of players that can play forever.
But he didn't show anywhere when he left.
No, he still looked good.
Okay, when he starts to lose a step, that's when you let him go.
Yeah, I agree.
He hadn't lost any.
Yeah,
Kevin Zeitler was a great fucking talented guard, and he's what fucking Giants now, losing fucking wasting time there.
He went to Cleveland, and I don't think he's in the Giants.
He went to the Giants.
I thought he was with Baltimore.
You know what? That's where he is now.
He went from Cleveland to Baltimore.
But what I'm saying is we've had the pieces, and we just let him go. And it's like, we've fucking what's his
Well,
name?
the Bengals have a thing. They don't pay for guards. I don't know if that's been a thing forever. And then we've let a couple good guards go over the years because
and we've had some.
I mean, you can go back.
Tackles
You can go back to
years.
Max Montoya. They let walk. You know what I mean? Went to the Raiders. I mean, then that's a great guard, and they let him walk because the Bengals don't believe in paying big money for guards.
Well, they
have weird
Max
fucking
Montoya,
things they just stick with.
They were paying all that money to Munoz at the same time, so they're like, well, we're going to pay the tackles.
And the Bengals is the same thing. They're going to have to pay Jonah Williams next year. That'll be his contract year, and so I don't think he's a top tackle in the league, but he's not bad.
He's still only 3 years in.
Honestly, I would rather them find a better left tackle and move Jonah the right tackle. I think he could be a great right tackle, but left tackle is just a little bit more demanding. If they can get a good guy there, that'd be awesome. Maybe one guard and a good center, and that team's good. I mean, they can keep Spain. They can keep Williams. Everything else in that line needs work if they're going to be top notch. And that's where you go to the free agents, too.
I mean, with the wasted draft of Billy Price, that was just a completely wasted fucking pick. The next lineman pick we had was Jonah Williams. He got injured that first fucking year. I'm saying our line has been really our stumbling block here.
Yeah, we have a problem. We swung and missed, I think, this year at Jackson Carmen. We got him out of Clemson. He was a tackle. We tried to turn him into a guard.
Right.
And I just don't think he has the makeup for the NFL, it looks like so far.
Right.
He just doesn't seem to be getting better and everything else. The backups are beating him out. But
I mean, look what the Chiefs did to their line. They really bulked it the fuck
Well,
up.
the Chiefs cheated. I don't know how the Chiefs did what they did. They had no money under the salary cap and then went out and spent $50 million on offensive linemen.
Yeah.
So I've yet to figure out last year's salary cap, not Baltimore, but both Kansas City and fucking Tampa Bay somehow got through with some bullshit that I still don't understand. I believe New Orleans did also. Two of them are out. Hopefully the Chiefs are out fucking this week.
I think they
tomorrow.
will be.
And Tom Brady's out. Retired today.
Him and Big Ben.
Fuck Big Ben. You mean everybody knew he was gone anyways. Big Ben wasn't that good anymore. Brady still went out there and the last year of his fucking career led the NFL in yardage.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
It is insane. Anybody that still sits there and said he's not the GOAT, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Moron.
What's you're from Arizona. What's that guy up to? Do you think?
Well, I'll tell you, Arizona's had a lot of fucking talent. This year I had Kyler Murray as my quarterback, blah, blah, blah. But he, put DeAndre Hopkins there. Huge. You're thinking huge, and then you put A.J. Green over there. But it just wasn't the same without Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I agree.
You know anything about Larry Fitzgerald?
I do know a little bit about Larry Fitzgerald. Thank you. I'm a big sports fan.
A big sports ball, but
All kinds of sports. But most recently, I've been really following pickleball a lot because I'm hoping.
It's gotten off. We see you out there.
I'm hoping to play in my retirement. This was a game that it's born at like retirement homes, and I think in 2019, some guy
It's an old person game.
No.
Yeah, it's an old. Yes, it is. There's a tour now, and there's like professionals playing now. It's getting really big. I actually have a friend who.
But you actually
is in
have
a
to run
local
around
league,
when
and
you
she's
play
gonna teach
pickleball.
me. Well,
It's tennis with a wooden racket, I think.
it's much smaller than a tennis court, and the net is much shorter. It's more like you're standing on a ping pong board.
Oh, is that what it's like?
Yeah, I mean it's okay. There's some good videos out there, but yeah, Larry Fitzgerald. I guess he's too young to start golfing. Because that's what you do when you're really old, right? What? No.
Fuck no.
Most of those guys are like golfing already.
Fucking gym
Do
rats,
you
yeah.
think he's golfing already?
No.
And Michael Phelps, doesn't he do something else?
He
besides
swims.
swim? I know, but
He smokes a lot of pot.
Yeah, it takes
Yeah.
drugs a lot.
Yeah, he's a big drug head.
yeah, it's
What a loser.
Well, the two of them have participated in a big pickleball tournament recently. They're taking their new sports really seriously. The two of them played 2-on-1 with professional pickleballers and got their asses handed to them 11-1 and 11-2.
It's a different level, man. People, you can't cross over. Everybody thinks they can cross over in all these
Yeah.
sports, whereas the MMA to boxing or fucking whatever to whatever. It's
Just
a
because
different sport, man.
Like when
Just because
Michael
he's as
Jordan
tall
said he
as
was
the
going to get
court
his
is
tour
long.
card. Is it golf PGA Tour card?
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're not good enough.
No, it's a different thing, man.
Well, I imagine Michael Phelps probably has a hard time. He probably has to spend a lot of money on custom clubs because he's 100 feet tall. And
Is he a big dude?
It says he has a wingspan of
6'10" or
6'7".
6'9",
Oh, is he that tall?
6'9",
Yeah,
yeah.
he's a big one.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
What do you think his dick looks like? You think it's shrunken from all that water, though?
I don't think
I
it's
don't know.
huge.
You don't think so?
No, he wears a fucking Speedo. Every time you see him on TV, you don't see this
cold.
monster.
You
You
can't
don't see
tell.
this monster cock hanging to the side.
You don't see any of their cocks, though. I think they got
I think
special
they all got
Speedos.
little cocks.
Or do they got special Speedos, or is there some kind of move swimmers do?
If you
Compression?
got a fucking
Do they
hammer
tuck?
in there,
Double
you
stick
can't.
tape?
There's no such thing as a special Speedo that can hide a fucking
Maybe they all
hammer.
tuck.
Well, then you'd see it on the bottom. You'd see it coming up their ass
How
crack.
often do you look at their ass?
They show it every fucking time when they're standing on those fucking blocks getting ready to take off. They're bent over.
NBC doesn't show it. NBC's not
They got
going
little
to
cocks.
China.
Swimmers have little cocks, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. You
said
keep
it
on
out
going on. I'm going to look up swimmer cocks.
Swimmer cocks? All right.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, I think the next natural subject is what's going on in space, right?
Yeah, for me it is.
I mean, I don't know if you guys keep up with it, but we're shooting a lot of shit up there. There's over 23,000 objects in orbit that are
right.
over 4 inches.
I'm not going there.
What is
not what I wanted.
happening? Was that on
I
there?
looked up swimmer cock and it just
looked
ended
up
up being a
and
bunch
there's
of gay
just
porn.
hangy balls, like-
Maybe there's a gay porn category that we didn't know about swimmers or something because there
All
was a
those
lot of
balls
it.
were swinging.
You see that one guy just eating that dude's butt?
Oh, fuck. Are we still talking about Larry Fitzgerald?
No, space now.
No, we're
Oh,
in
well,
space.
fuck you. Hey, wait a second here. You
got
don't
a
think
Larry
we
Fitzgerald?
can't just
You got
get away
more?
with this? No, you know what? Though we never did make a video. So I'm going to have to go back over here. I'd like to continue on, but that probably
Okay,
is...
I'm
but
not
I
sure
really
what you're
don't want
talking
you to continue on at the same time. It's very confusing.
Do you want me to stay on Larry Fitzgerald?
Let's not stay on Larry Fitzgerald, but
It's more Michael Phelps if we're talking
can't
about
get through.
the gays.
with you on
Aw.
without playing the song, and then the fucking program crashed. We need a producer. These
Guys, I need my
motherfuckers,
jingle.
They would have had it ready.
You're right. I definitely should stop.
And then it doesn't play
Oh,
properly.
what's wrong?
Man, we're awful at
Whoopi
this
with
game.
the news. Yeah, she reads shit.
All right, here we go.
Whoopi with the news, Whoopi got that news.
We're so ghetto.
Yes, she reads shit. Whoopi with the news, Whoopi got that news.
Yeah, that's
We
super
are
ghetto.
That's
so
my
ghetto.
favorite part, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I've thought, and I've had some people reach out and ask us if they can be part of the podcast, as in background people and shit like that. And
all for that.
and
Like the
they-
audience?
a lot
No, like
of podcasts. It isn't just it's the people on the air, and then you got a lot of other
Like a
people do a
couch.
lot of other things.
The Jackie Martling.
Like do
Yeah.
well, not only that's more radio, but
Oh,
nowadays those people a
staff.
lot of times are in charge of either social media posting or shit like that.
We'll take them all.
That's what I mean. But they're still on the show, but they just don't have a regular part. Like as in they've got microphones on all the time, but they got a mic, and every once in a while you go to them for different things.
I say we get as many of those as
So
want to
I've
volunteer.
had people volunteer recently that really want to do that, and I'm just undecided. Do I want fucking 5 people in here every show?
Do they have some
You know what I mean?
skills or something? Are they offering you skills?
No, and that's another problem. Is the person that I that really wants to do it? I'm just thinking like, I don't know if you have what it takes to do what I want you to do, anyways. You know what I mean?
I should
Yeah,
reach
but
out to Tight Shorts so he can get our lighting situation.
if he's
under
willing to
control.
sit there and,
Yeah.
and make fucking spots and ads for it on fucking Facebook and all that shit, it can only increase listeners.
Well, that's not
Come on ahead,
But that's
Tad.
not what they volunteered for. They just volunteered to be the people in the background laughing and every once in a while saying something. You know what I mean?
Fuck
that's
them.
those people's job just isn't to sit there and laugh. Who, by the way, though, coming up within the next month, we do got Elijah on. We're going to shoot it on a Sunday, so
Oh,
it'll probably be
nice.
the Sunday after the Super Bowl or something like that.
That'll be my favorite episode.
Yeah, well, Elijah is coming on. We will have live action Elijah. So
Well, Elijah doesn't have a fucking jingle, so
no, but he's
so-
yeah, he's coming on. He's gonna be a good time. I wouldn't expect him to say much else besides this, but
that's enough.
Yeah.
That's plenty.
Hey, you could tell him, you could walk up to Elijah and say, dude, I was just so fucking bummed my dog got run over by a car, and he would start laughing.
he'd be like,
He laughs at everything.
"What?
So he's the kind of guy that probably is following what's going on with Tiger King.
Oh, look at this.
Is he a big Tiger King guy?
I don't know who's not.
Well, Tiger King, he's sick. He's in jail. He's
What's
in
wrong with
prison.
him?
He's
AIDS?
got cancer, some shit like that.
Oh, he has cancer.
Yeah, so he appealed to the judge to try to get a shorter sentence.
Oh, he
If
got
you'll recall-
resentenced. Yeah, I heard
If
that.
you'll recall, he was originally sentenced to 22 years.
And he's in jail for trying to kill Carol Baskins.
Yeah.
Attempted murder.
Yeah,
drugs
plot.
and
Yeah,
shit.
murder for hire.
Let him out. That guy.
This was a true victory for justice.
Plus, that bitch deserved it.
She's
yeah,
a
her
cunt
show
face.
sucks. She keeps being on TV. Why? Why they keep putting
I don't
her
know.
on
I
stuff?
could. I
Does everybody
honestly.
watch?
She
Is it-
danced with the stars.
I couldn't get into
blah, blah, blah.
Tiger King Part 2,
Didn't.
and then the spin. I think they have another spin-off on top of that. Couldn't get into it. I got into the first episode of it. I'm just like, I'm out. Like
Can't
this,
have
I
Tiger
don't
King
care
without
anymore.
Tiger King.
You can't
It
have
was
Ki-
all about the guy.
Well, not only that, but you can't have Tiger King without being locked in the house for fucking a year, and you don't
That's
have
true.
shit else to do. And
Right,
it's like,
that's
fuck
good
it, man.
timing.
I'm gonna watch the meth head that played
Well,
with tigers.
Yeah,
you know?
without COVID, Tiger King was nothing.
That's
this
what I mean.
true American hero really prevailed. He got his sentence reduced to 21 years.
Not bad. It was
21
22.
years. Hasn't he already been in there a year? Did they just knock the year he's already done and do the math?
I don't know. Either way, he's dying of cancer in jail, it sounds
Yeah,
like.
but you know what?
Aw.
He's gay guy.
And?
He's got a lot of
gay,
fans.
Just because I know where you're going. He's gay. He must love prison.
No, I don't mean he's not going to love prison. But what I'm saying is he doesn't have one of the key fucking phobias of going to prison that a heterosexual man does.
I think even the gay guys
Nobody
don't want to be
wants to
raped.
get raped.
Yeah.
I heard in prison there isn't rape anymore. I heard there's too many guys that willingly give it up.
I think the one guy that probably told you that, you should just,
No, I really heard that.
Maybe his experience
I
in
think
that
a lot of
particular
guys
prison.
say they got
I think there's a
raped.
lot of different prisons, a lot of different rule books going on. You know what I mean?
Well, there probably is that.
I wonder why he didn't have like appropriate insurance like these gun owners in San Jose.
This bitch and her fucking, she just runs them all together.
She
Okay,
segues,
go
yeah.
on.
San Jose, I think it's fucking brilliant. Okay, speaking of local laws, I want to hit you with this positive note first. They're not going to do like petty traffic pullovers in Philadelphia anymore.
Well, I won't be going to Philadelphia
racist
anytime
as
soon
hell.
anyway, so who gives a shit?
So, in San Jose, though, they've passed a law that requires gun owners to get liability insurance and pay an annual fee. So, if they murder somebody, the insurance won't pay for it.
Fuck that.
Come on, that's great.
I don't want to have to pay insurance because I got a gun. I haven't even shot my gun. I know I got to go pay insurance.
You wouldn't get insurance, though.
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't get
I
insurance.
wouldn't
And
get
if she
insurance.
did, it would lapse.
Yeah, I'm not getting insurance. I'm going to get the cheapest kind. Like, you get
Is there
shot,
such thing as gun owner liability only?
$6.
God, you man, like, what does that even look like? Like, people out there, like, I paid my fucking premium. Pew!
Well,
I
you
don't
still
think
go to jail.
Yeah, it still doesn't
I don't know.
relieve you of your fucking legal obligations.
Yes.
I don't think it just pays the family when you kill somebody.
Which
Pay-
is a good
pay-
idea.
I mean, that's great for the family
that
because
is a
they're
good
not getting
idea.
it otherwise. I don't have a segue for this one, but I thought it was really interesting, guys.
Okay.
So I'm super hot on one of these genealogy sites. And so I'm on like some kind of genealogy, I don't know, Reddit or something.
Or is that the ones where they like, you're from West Africa?
Yeah, I didn't do the swab or anything. The one I use is run by the Mormons because their Messiah is an American. They're really invested in like finding out who all of his descendants are.
You're
And-
from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's called I won't say what it is. I'm not gonna bump them. You guys can't have any views on me. But anyway, yeah, it's told me I'm
Their
like
Messiah?
9th cousin, 4 times removed, Lucille Ball, right here. No
Oh
big
yeah,
deal.
that tells you your relatives.
Yeah, it's really detailed.
I can see Lucille Ball with you.
Come on,
You know, you're kind of
I
a
could do
dumb
it.
cunt. She's a dumb cunt. I mean, it's
I would look great with red hair. So this is just like loosely related. Granddaughters and great granddaughters, think now, of men who start to smoke before puberty have more body fat than expected. This is not my fault. My great grandpa clearly started smoking Pall Malls when he was 11 years old, and now my genes are changed, and so I'm chunky.
so it's someone else's fault. You're fat.
It's somebody else's fault.
I think it's that fucking Mountain Dew's
it
fault.
does no.
Yeah, you got a gallon of Mountain Dew in front of you.
Yeah, that's usually what causes
You're just
it.
jealous because it doesn't apply to grandsons.
I mean, I suck at dieting too. It's not a big deal. Don't
And I
feel
don't care
bad
what
about
you,
it.
I don't care what you say. There was probably 3 cheese conies all the way loaded with that
Well, that's
fucking
why I
Mountain
skipped
Dew.
the coney. I had a diet meal, and I literally went through the drive-thru, and I paid $2.99 for this beverage to come in a styrofoam cup because you know why? Because I fucking recycle
so you
and I
paid-
deserve it.
But you paid the extra $2 to not stop at UDF and get that for $1.
you know what? VDF's always got fucked up shit in their hoses, and it tastes like pine sol and
Did
stuff.
you just say that you
really a thing.
recycle and you care about the environment with that plastic straw?
So I earned this.
That plastic straw?
I'm not worried about the plastic straws.
Or
Much
the
as I'm worried
landfills.
about this styrofoam cup that's never going to go away ever, ever, ever.
If you burn it,
The straw might get caught up in like some dolphin's blowhole or something.
fuck dolphins. They're way too nosy anyways.
They
I
will
agree.
fuck you.
Yeah, they'll fuck
Yeah,
you.
well, I think we talked about that before.
Yeah, I have no interest in dolphins.
But they
Fucking
don't
shove
have-
a straw up all their noses. Stupid dolphins.
You know, I was watching another show recently that had me thinking about that corkscrew duck dick.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's like a whole world of that, and I need to know more science so that I can bring that with me here.
Hey, I can grab the head of mine and spin it and make it look like one of those.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can.
What do
if
you
it's
mean?
soft, I can take. You
Oh,
can
if
take
it's
it and wrap
soft,
it
okay.
around.
Well, you can twist it, but
I can
can
put a
you
nice little
corkscrew
spring
it
on it.
around
No, that I can't do.
cylindrical
They
thing?
should, they should have like a whole Omnimax movie on that shit. Like, you know, or you can watch it
I
in that
would
big
see
ass
that.
screen of just the corkscrew dick.
3D.
Weird dicks of nature.
Yeah, weird dicks of nature. I bet you that would sell out quicker than their fucking 1974 film on trains or something.
Michael Phelps
I'd buy
would
a
be
ticket.
on that, whether his dick was giant or tiny.
It's not
because
giant.
either way, it's an oddity.
I'd ask Jason to look it up, but I don't want to see another guy rimming another dude.
Yeah, that didn't go well at all. Here, maybe I should just look up Michael Phelps's dick.
Okay, while you do, I'll talk about another rim accessory. In Japan, so there's a lot of animals that are getting COVID. Cats and dogs and zoo animals are getting, inoculated at the zoo and shit like that. So in Hong Kong, they tested. I don't know why they tested. I think they did a patient zero thing, and a chick who worked at a pet store had COVID, and they determined that she got it from a hamster.
Well, yeah, of course they're going to
Which
test
many
what they're going to
Japanese
test
people
what they
like
eat.
as a pet to put in their butthole because, as you said, they like
there's his
poop
dick.
things. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, it's all tucked over there on the side.
Yeah, I mean, that can be an all right sized dick.
jammed
It's all
in
said
there.
and done.
Soft.
Yeah, I guess it could be.
I bet half that's balls though. Ew.
Yeah, either way, yeah.
Look at that cool
Of course
fin.
they're going to test the hamsters in Hong Kong. They want to know what they're eating.
They murdered them all. They took them and they disposed of them humanely.
Yes. They murdered them all.
Murdered them all. They went to all the people's addresses who had recently bought them, and they took them from all the pet stores, and they humanely destroyed
Wait a minute.
all of these hamsters.
Why?
And then the government paid the pet stores $3,500 for the inconvenience.
Because the hamsters had COVID.
Because they're spreading
Sorry,
the
guys.
COVID.
I was looking up Michael Phelps's dick.
Hamsters had
What am I
COVID.
missing here? We're
Japanese
killing hamsters?
Oh, no, not Japanese.
Chinese.
Hong Kong.
Of course
Hong
there's
Kong.
fucking Japs.
I'm sorry, Hong Kong. It's Hong Kong. It's very different. It's a different island. Yeah. So why is testing so advanced there that they can narrow it down to a single hamster and we can't do fucking shit over here?
What do you mean we can't do shit over here?
I think we don't do shit over here.
What do we need to do?
It must be so much easier though on an island. I guess. It's
Maybe
really
we don't want
limited
to. Maybe
population and
China's
stuff.
got the resources to fucking test hamsters that we don't want to fucking piss the
Oh
money
yeah,
away.
Hong Kong is China again. You're probably
Yeah.
right. Yeah, they probably
They've got
murdered
more
half
money
of these
than
fucking
God.
owners
They don't
too.
give. Here, they'll test everything. They'll test that fucking booger on the floor. Hey, let's
Smart.
test that. See if it has COVID. We got the money.
They should do that.
This booger got COVID.
Yeah, we don't have the money. Now we got to spend $80 billion to find out who owns this booger that dropped it on the fucking ground. We don't have that kind of money to piss away.
Well, like apartment complexes, I haven't lived in an apartment long enough in such a long time, but
They test boogers?
they test poops. You have to give a sample of your dog's poop to move into some apartment communities, and when they find a poop that somebody forgot to pick up, they have that motherfucker DNA tested.
No, they don't.
And they send it. Yes,
No,
they
they
do.
don't.
Yes, they do.
What apartment complex?
It's real. Fancy ones.
Who's out there testing shit?
see
Who
one.
gets that job?
I don't know,
Hey,
but
Ted.
it's real.
Someone's shitting a lawn. Go test it. Like,
In 2 hours, they're not coming back.
and
for
there's
it.
no way I'm not shitting in that lawn at some point or another just to fuck with Ted, the shit pooper.
This one's not in the database.
Yeah. What this is human shits.
They probably would see that too.
We got to find
They're
this
great.
person. There's COVID in here too.
Ah, goddamn it. Where's this going on at? Like locally?
It's real. I mean, it's just a real thing that I
I'm
know
just saying
about.
because I want to interview the guy that gets the test to poop. Like, and just talk about what kind of day-to-day operation this guy has.
He's a scientist, man.
This is probably in like gated communities.
Hey, if I was
and
that
shit
guy
like
getting
that.
paid like $9 to do that, there's no way I wouldn't wear a lab coat.
According to the DenverPost.com,
Call yourself doctor.
Yeah. Doctor.
many
Dr.
apartment
Turd.
complexes across Metro Denver require residents to submit DNA samples of their dogs before moving in. They then contract out collection and testing services that will show
Do they tell you what kind of
who the
DNA?
offending parties are if the animal waste is found on the property.
Because it would be funny to just, say you read that on the internet and then you decide to jerk your dog off into a Ziploc baggie and they go up there with the dog jizz. Like, you need a DNA, right?
You need DNA.
You know, my sister
He was
lives
gonna come before he
my
was gonna
sister
poop.
lives in Denver, and she literally pays like $2,200 a month for a fucking one bedroom. That's why, because they're testing dogs' poop.
Yeah.
So they're gonna raise the fucking rents on you.
You don't know who's the father, but we know whose poop that is.
That's pretty cool, man. I just want to meet the guy. That's it. I want to meet the guy in the lab coat out there picking up the dog shit and testing it and doing whatever. And then fucking comparing samples and shit, putting in. That's a lot of fucking work.
The Duke Lab.
Look. This one ate a beetle.
And what if this guy
There's
happened to
a
be
win.
the Dexter of dog shit? You know, next thing you know, these people are winding up dead and missing because they're dog shit and he didn't pick it up.
There's a correlation between these lab results and these murders
All of the dogs that had COVID are suddenly dead.
in Hong Kong.
That's the hamster. We're screwing up stories here.
Well, in Hong Kong, I mean, chances are that, they'll kill you anyway. If they think
You
you
know-
have COVID, you're dead.
Speaking of
There's a
like
billion people over there.
limited dogs, I read recently that people in North Korea can have dogs again. So I guess in North Korea, you weren't allowed to have a dog because number one, you would just eat it because there's no food. And number two, it was like a sign of a symbol of capitalist American pig aggressors. And apparently having a dog makes you an American. But now they can have dogs again.
But here's the problem. When fucking Kim Jong-un changes his mind and says no more, anyone who's got the dog already,
Oh, yeah.
they're dead.
Yeah.
Dude,
They're
I've been-
fucking dead.
I've been listening
Hey, wait,
a lot about it.
you said 2 years ago I could have this dog. Well, I've changed my mind. That's the kind of person you are. You're fucking
He wouldn't
dead.
say he changed his mind. He just said, no, I didn't.
You're dead.
There's
No,
this
it
chick named Young Park, I think, and she actually escaped from North Korea. So I got sucked into all these YouTube videos about it. Like, I guess you have to raise a rabbit and give it to dear leader. Like, everybody, you can't have food to feed yourself, but you have to keep a rabbit to give to the army so they can make their hats. They have to collect their human shit and keep it, and there's like a per person per pound family like threshold that you have to give poop to the government so that they can use it as fertilizer because they're unable to grow crops and they won't buy fertilizer and shit like that. So
You got to
they
save your shit?
Yeah, and if you don't bring enough shit to school to your teacher, they just send you home and you don't get an education. But you can't shit because you don't eat food and you're so fucked up that you're either probably not getting any nutrients or constipated and messed up.
Wait a minute.
This took a turn.
So in North Korea, everybody's raising rabbits and taking their shit to their teacher?
Yeah. So it's a
I
thing.
mean, I know it's two
they
different
go
things,
out
but
into nature, into the mountains to try to find animal shit so they can make the per pound limit and not get in trouble.
You just have to go in. You have to turn in poop so that they.
Where do they put the poop?
They use
You
they
just
make
get one-
fertilizer.
and
I
they
get
do
it, but
this
in the meantime.
Once a year.
I guess a bag.
The adults do it once a year. I think the kids take it to school, but everyone else, there's like a collection day. So yeah, you're hanging on to this shit for like a year. Because you can't just use human shit as fertilizer anyway. You have to compost it. So
I mean, just watch.
well,
I mean, I can do it. Maybe not. Maybe you can't
your
do
poop's always liquid though.
it. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, but he could pump it through with a
got
hose.
the-
He doesn't have to collect it
Told
in
you,
a
I'm
bag.
more of a spoon guy than a fork guy. You know, that's the way my shits work.
Hey, do you guys ever met anyone who had a poop knife?
No, we've talked
I
about
I
the poop
see
knife.
about this on
Your
Reddit
poop-
all the
you-
time. Still,
I
like
use
I've still
the,
never met anyone
I use
who's.
the cardboard part of a dry cleaning hanger.
Oh.
I've never needed a poop knife, so
I don't anymore.
Yeah.
Now I poop rocks, but I used to.
I did once.
actual rocks.
They're hard as a rock. I mean, when they hit the toilet, they go ting, 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 ting.
All right, well, we got to get it going.
You gotta eat a
Sounds like I'm
vegetable.
naming a Chinese. Hey, I do have a would you rather, but I noticed that we skipped like all of my stuff I was going to discuss. We'll have that for
Sorry.
next week.
Well, yeah, but we got to guess. It's kind of hard sometimes, especially because Woofy has stuff.
You called her Wolfie.
Woofy.
I don't like that, by the way.
What? My dog?
Yeah, because when people yell at your dog, I think they're saying my name.
Well, to be fair, I only call him Wolfman. So
All right, I'm going to address this would you rather to Whoopi.
No, I would not rather. I know that.
I would not
because-
rather. Regardless what it is, no.
All right, I'm going to go out in a van, 16-person van,
I'm with you so far.
and I'm going to go to the worst parts of Skid Row homelessness in Cincinnati. And I'm going to pick up a van full of guys.
Nice.
Might not have bathed in
Whoopi's
a
getting
month.
lucky.
A month. They definitely just ripe down there. So I'm
Whoopi
going
gets
to
the
pick up.
cock. Whoopi gets the cock.
I'm going to pick up 12 guys. Okay.
Uh-huh.
You have to blow and fuck every one of those 12 guys. Okay. Or suck off one dog until it nuts.
What's the breed of the dog?
Saint Bernard. No.
He's a
Wolfie.
slobber cocker.
No.
Wolfie.
Nothing drooly. Nothing drooly.
Wolfie.
I'll take the homeless.
You're going to
Well,
take 12 homeless guys. Suck and fuck 12 guys that
I
haven't had a
mean, to be
bath
fair,
or
they're
a
also
medical
going to
exam.
be fucking me. You know, it's not like I'm going to have to do all the work. They're pretty desperate. They're going to put the effort
They're
in.
fucking you with dirty dick.
I'm just bothered the thing that made her change her, or not change her mind, but decide on the
breed
people
of
over
dog.
no, it's if the dog's slobbering or not. You're not fucking with their face. You don't have to make out with
Fucking
the dog.
red thing.
You're sucking his red thing.
You're sucking his red thing until it nuts. or a BJ to completion to an animal, or fucking and sucking 12
like
homeless
I can feel
guys.
the smooth, moisty redness of a dog dick in my mouth right now, and it makes me want to vomit.
Oh, how about fucking
Like
Earl?
squid.
Who
I don't
hasn't,
eat seafood.
how about Earl, who hasn't wiped his ass with anything except a McDonald's wrapper in the
know-
last fucking 9 months?
Untrue. You are so mean to homeless people.
No,
they are
I'm not.
houseless, friend. They are not disgusting by
Hold on a
definition.
second. Hold on a second.
I used to have a homeless friend who lived
Then go to
behind
the
a business.
then
that
go
I
to the
worked.
bus depot and just sit in the parking lot for about a half an
been to
hour
the bus
and tell me what you see.
He sees people wiping their ass with McDonald's wrappers.
I was working downtown.
I see a guy going through a fucking public
I watched a lady
public
take a shit in the
fucking
middle of the
trash
parking lot in the middle of the
ashtray
day.
at Speedway to pull the butts out for him to smoke, not knowing whose mouth they were in. I'm not.
That's
I'm
pretty
not.
low on a scale of grossness compared to what we're discussing.
When I went to Kings Island as a teenager, I used to pick out of the garbage to get lunch
Really?
So gross.
You weren't that poor. Why'd you do that?
because I was just a fuck up.
Cheap?
No, I'm just crazy, I guess. But either way,
But I'm talking.
It was like a dare,
This isn't,
you know?
this isn't a dig on the homelessness. It's just an
You know what?
obvious fact.
Now I'm just doing it because I feel it's charitable.
So you're fucking and sucking 12
Yeah, and I'm
homeless
giving it
guys.
100%.
Bareback, raw dog.
But why do I have to get knocked up as well?
Because there's no rubbers. No, they're all vasectomy safe.
Well, all right. I mean, that's cool.
the old homeless
But the dog
vasectomy
shoots
shop
in the-
was-
They're
the
AIDS
dog
free,
shoots a nice
AIDS
thick and
free,
creamy.
and vasectomy safe. Then that's my
Do you know
charitable
what-
gift to the world.
You know what that's going to smell like laying on you?
You know, I got that one smelly pit. I got a taste of it.
Well,
you
now
know?
you're going to have a smelly chest and a smelly face and a smelly pelvis and a smelly box.
Boy, you
pelvis.
know what? You're involving a lot of areas that are not going to be involved in this transaction.
What do you think? The guy's going to lay on you? He's going to lay on you all the way.
He's gonna unzip his dirty little zipper, pull his dick out, and that's the only skin contact. Like, what are
This
you
dirty
talking
little
about?
zipper.
All right, so you would rather fuck
all
12 homeless
crusted
men
up.
than suck off one dog.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I'm going with the dog, I think.
Yeah,
I'm
suck off the
not
dog.
assuming that all 12 are disgusting. I'm giving it like 7 out
I'm
of 12.
going with the dog, I think.
I'm definitely 100% sucking
5
off the
of
dog.
them are going to be fucking ripped under there, and it's not going to matter.
Homeless guys aren't ripped. They might be skinny,
they
and
are.
you can
They-
see all their muscles because they don't
walk
have any meat
all
on them.
fucking day and night long.
With their abs?
That's just part of exercise, man. They're getting the cardio. I have a lot of friends downtown who are homeless. Okay, like not
I
friends,
don't. It's
but
not that
know
I don't
their
feel bad
names.
for the homeless, but unfortunately, they happen to smell bad.
And why doesn't it surprise me the girl that gives a blumpkin and a portalette is friends with the homeless?
Oh, there's this guy Freddie who
You
lives
know?
down by Christian Moorline. He's such a nice guy.
Freddie Two Teeth.
Yeah, he's got all of them.
Probably Freddie fingering in the alley.
There's another dude who has this like ponytail, and he always tells me, "I'm not homeless. I just like to be outside."
Yeah, every minute.
They
of my
all
life.
say that.
Well, then become a skier. Don't be homeless, you fucking asshole.
Climb a mountain.
He was very neat.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Ponytail was always very straight.
Well,
Joke of the week.
all right, I got a nice friendly joke of the week.
All right, guys.
Tosses in a little of this, a little of that. Okay, Donald Trump is doing a fucking speech.
Heard of him?
In some city. You've heard it?
I've heard of him.
Oh yeah,
I'm
he's doing a
not
speech,
familiar.
and there's groups of people protesting all
Nice
over
hair.
the place, protesting the Trump rally and the Trump speech. So, this Donald Trump reaches down and pulls out a fucking bottle, and he opens it, and a fucking big purple genie comes out of the bottle, and the genie says, "All right, I'm going to put an end to this bullshit." And she grabs some of the protesters. She grabs a gay guy. She grabs a black guy. She grabs a Mexican guy.
Hey, man, why'd you point at me when you said black?
I'm doing this.
Okay.
Gay guy, black guy, Mexican guy, and she brings them all over to Trump, and she said, "Look, I'm going to give you all one wish out of this thing because I'm going to spread the love around. There's a lot of hate here, and I'm going to spread love to all of you." Says to the Mexican guy, "What about you? What do you want?" And he goes, "Well, I'm sick of this fucker, holding our people in cages and not giving us fucking green cards and having to sneak over here only to get deported and sent back. So I want to take every Mexican in America and I want to put him in a nice, safe place in Mexico and give us some money and let us live there without these fucking gringos around." So he says to the black guy, "How about you?" He says, "Well, I'm tired of the fucking oppression. The slavery shit is still on my mind all the fucking time. Black people are treated like shit in this country. I want to take every black person in America. I want us to put us in a nice, comfortable spot in Africa, give us some money, let us live there in peace with nobody fucking with us all the time." says to the gay guy, "What about you?" And he says, "This homophobic problem in America is, making me crazy. I can't be who I am. We're called names. We're judged. We don't get fair rights. I want to take every gay person in America and I want to put them on an island somewhere that's got nice homes and nice beach, and I want to be away from these fucking haters." So she goes to Trump. She said, "Well, what do you want?" And he said, "Well, I got a question for you. Are you going to give these guys their wishes?" And the genie says, "Yes, I am." He said, "Well, just give me a beer then."
My favorite part of all his jokes is how much he laughs at him. You already know the punchline.
Come on, that's funny. That's funny.
I caught on like the second one.
Just give me a beer
A little
then.
bit. And Donnie's the only one left after these guys.
Just a good old-fashioned fucking hardcore joke.
Good old fashioned.
I've got one.
Oh, you look angry too.
And I am.
Shit.
Because I got a fucking email followed by a phone call. Fuck the insurance companies. And by extension, fuck you, Whoopi.
Fuck Whoopi.
Fuck
I know what I'm talking
Geico.
about.
Fuck everything else. I sent them an email and I talked to Geico about, because my car's only 2 years old.
This Geico blows.
Fuck all you insurance. Fuck you pirate. And
You fucking pirates.
and it basically stems from this bullshit called gap insurance. Do you know about gap insurance?
Yeah, it's an extra ripoff some people pay.
Yeah.
I
So
don't pay that.
basically, hey, I want to buy insurance for my car, but if I crash it or something happens to it, you're not going to pay me near what I have to fucking pay to pay it off or get a replacement. So I will have to buy gap insurance to cover the difference, further costing me more money. Fuck you, you parasite motherfuckers. And that includes you. I like you, but it includes you too because you're in the business.
I agree with.
Gap insurance. Okay, why not just bump up the prices of the regular policies a little bit? Why are you making me buy more insurance? I'm buying insurance. Okay, I bought a new car, Whoopi.
Gosh, there's so much that I want to tell you about. And I'm
Fuck
not gonna
you
do
and
it
all
right
of
now.
you. I bought a new car. I want insurance for my car. How much of a deductible would you like, sir? I'll take $500. Okay, how much coverage would you like? I'll take the value of my car, whatever the fuck, whatever you're telling
whatever
me
it
I need.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's fine. But if you wreck it, we're only going to pay you like 70% of what the fucking value of the car is. Unless you give us an additional $44 a month and buy this gap
You're
insurance.
like, the car's
You're
worth. Go ahead, sorry.
You're all a bunch of fucking parasites living off, you're bottom feeders, living off the fucking no choice of the American public. I'm insuring my car, but it's not enough for you guys. I have to buy gap insurance, and I'm fucking disgusted by that. Fuck you. Fuck the insurance companies. If I didn't have to have it, I wouldn't, except for the fact that if I wrecked my car, I could be financially fucking ruined by crashing into
You
somebody
hit
else.
a Tesla, you're going to be fucked with or without insurance.
Well, fuck the insurance companies and by extension anybody, and that includes you or anybody that works for an insurance company. You work for a bunch of fucking bottom-feeding fucking pirates. Fuck you.
Agreed. Fuck you, insurance companies. All of them. And all you insurance workers that try to justify your fucking evilness.
Agreed, but not for this reason.
Hold on a
Fuck
second.
you,
And then
Whoopi.
how about this? I'll pay for insurance for 5 fucking years and never ever file a claim. But hey, I hit a fucking pole while I was parking my car. I need it fixed. Okay, but we're going to jack up your rates for the next fucking 2 years.
You're
Fuck
fucking pole
you.
hitter.
Fuck you,
You're pole hitter.
That's why I have insurance, so it
Pole
pays
hitter.
for my
I've paid you thousands and thousands of dollars over the last 5 years for nothing.
pole hitter.
For fucking zero.
You pole hitter.
Fucking idiot. You
Fucking
backed
nothing.
into something
How
doesn't
about
even
this?
move.
I get hit by a fucking guy who doesn't have insurance.
Oh, that's
Well,
a
that's
bummer.
okay, but we're still going to fucking raise
That's
your
a
rates.
bummer.
You're a fucking bottom feeder.
Yeah, I agree. Insurance people are fucking awful. I hate insurance companies. Yeah, like, the car's worth $15,000. All right, I'll give you $7,000.
Yeah.
It's worth $15,000. Well, not looking like that. Someone wrecked into it, dude.
Right.
I'll give you $7,000.
The email I
you.
just got 2 days ago
This car.
from Geico says that my gap insurance is going up $2.74 this next month. on
As
my
your car
policy.
devalues.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean?
right.
Because you would think it would go the other way. You think your gap insurance would lower as your car lowers in value.
Right.
But nah, it goes the opposite way. They
Yeah,
raise it.
and I've never filed a
Gap
claim,
coverage
but
for people who are paying $15 a day in interest on their loans, and what you owe is 175% of the value of your vehicle because you have a shitty loan and bad credit.
See, always
I
other
don't want to
people's
pay
fault.
for somebody else's
Lien
fucking
holders
problems.
sell gap coverage, so I don't even know why. Geico
You sell
has
gap
your
coverage. Your fucking company sells gap coverage.
No,
My ass. Every insurance
it's
company
not
sells
called
gap.
that, and it's not the same.
All right.
You sell additional
Fuck
coverage.
insurance
to cover
and
the rest.
definitely fuck Whoopi, all right?
Fuck
you know
Whoopi.
what else?
Fuck your bad credit and your $25
I don't have bad credit,
a
and
day
I don't
in
have
interest.
a shitty loan. But
I have
still
all
have to
that,
have
but
gap
still.
insurance.
You know what else? Fuck you, Bitcoin. These motherfuckers, man. Now, I would have never gotten into this stupid cryptocurrency because it's a bunch of bullshit. You can tell from the beginning. Now, of course, some people made some money off of it, and good for them. They got out
Did
the
you
right
do
time. They
it?
played the right. No, but yes. All right. So I gamble. I got a sports gambling account. Well, when you gamble in America, unless your state legalizes it, you got to gamble in like Costa Rica or fucking Belarus.
And you have to-
Oh, you,
You know,
can't
some
do it in another
bullshit.
state?
And you can't, no. So, well, you can go to the other state and do it,
Or
but you
give-
can't do it from my house.
He doesn't want to
VPN,
drive.
you got to change your VPN to another country.
No, you can't get around the VPNs on a lot of those gambling sites. It's
Ooh,
actually
they're
pretty
smart.
impressive. But either way, so what you have to do is you can buy in with American money, but they make it a bitch to cash out. So instead of just giving you money, they have to give you Bitcoin. So I had to open a Bitcoin account, right? So I pull out just $100. I was like, I'll take $100 out of my gambling account. I've done well. I'll take this out. So I get it in Bitcoin. I don't know how to turn Bitcoin back into cash. All right. So I'm like, fuck it. It's late at night. I ain't doing this.
You were just put it back in the blockchain, man.
I woke up the next morning though, and my $100 of Bitcoin is now $86 fucking dollars. All right. My $100 is now, because I still never put it. Because at that point, I'm like, I'm not losing 14 fucking bucks just because it's bullshit
They
keeps
got
on fucking
you.
going up and
God
down.
damn it, they got
Guess
you.
what? My $100 is now $64.
Oh, no.
I've lost. Apparently, this is the biggest fucking downward spiral of Bitcoin in a long time, and I just happen to get in it. Accidentally. I don't want anything to do with this shit.
Then drive to Indiana and make your bets.
Ohio's will be legal by the end of the year. I mean, basically when football season's done, I'm done gambling for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't gamble on other shit. Well, I mean, I guess I do, but not enough to give a fuck about.
Right.
So, yeah. And I never win. I usually put like $100 in these online gambling accounts. I work it up or down, and that $100 will stay there for fucking 3 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dollars?
Huh?
Because it's dollars.
Well, no, I'm betting more than that, but I mean, because I'm okay at gambling where I can make $100 last a long fucking
I just mean
time.
it's dollars American and not fucking imaginary money.
Oh yeah, it's real money, but I can't. But at the same time, if I want to turn it into real money, I got to turn it into Bitcoin first. And
Well,
then
there's a
and
little
if I was
store.
smart, I would have figured the shit out beforehand. I would have been like, all right, I got to do
There's
this,
a little
this,
corner
whatever, right
market
away.
at my house,
Yep.
right by my house, that you go in. They have a machine on the wall. You go in there, and I see people coming in with stacks of cash and pumping it into this machine, and it turns that into Bitcoin and spits you out a little ticket.
Yeah, so your stacks of fucking $6,000 becomes $2,000
you
because
take
some
the number-
imaginary
Worse
shit
than the
happened.
stock market.
Then you take that
Well, that's all it is.
Bitcoin number and you enter it in your account or whatever, and you get credited that money. But these people are coming in with wads of money and just feeding it into this machine to turn it into Bitcoin. But when this shit first started, Bitcoin was the only one, and now there's 100,000 different cryptocurrencies.
I don't know about 100,000, but
I
there's a
think
lot
Snoop's
of them.
got one.
Snoop's got his
I
own?
think celebrities have them.
What are they called? Snoop coins?
Let me see here.
Snoop bites?
That's real though. I'm pretty sure I didn't make that one.
Snoopy
up.
stacks?
No, it's called coin faux shizzle.
Come for shizzle? Yeah, either way, I'm not buying Snoop's Bitcoin. I'm not buying anybody's Bitcoin. The shit pisses me off. I'm down $34.
For nothing.
For
You didn't even
nothing,
lose the
and I
bet.
don't want anything to do with it. I just want my $100, and now I feel like I got to leave it in just
know,
on basic principle until I at least get $100.
Whoopi's company will sell you some Bitcoin insurance for only $19 a month.
Oh, I'm
In case
sure
your
she will.
In case your
Zero
Bitcoin
return
goes
on
down, we'll
investment.
fucking pirate you
Yeah.
out of that.
Probably, because that's what Whoopi does. She likes ruining people's lives.
I love it.
She's a fucking horrible
Oh,
person.
denied.
Anyways,
Denied.
That is our show for this week. Well, we got to get out of here before Whoopi ruins someone else's
Big
life.
thanks to Captain Hook over here for joining us on the fucking
Oh, goddamn pirates! Fuck Bitcoin.
parasite
Oh
motherfucker.
shit!
Fuck you,
Hey.
State Farm. Fuck Allstate. Fuck Progressive. What do you work for?
I don't know.
She can't say that shit. Come on, think about it.
Fuck what she works for.
Yeah, fuck what she worked for.
Fuck farmers. Fuck everything. Fuck insurance.
You should get in something real fucking honest like gambling. All right, anyways.
At least it's on the up and up.
Yeah, it is.
At least you know what you're risking.
The best part is none of the gamblers think it's on the up and up. They all think it's rigged and still come there every day.
And you think that's different than what I'm doing?
It is because
It
we
is.
really are on the up and up. You know, going in,
We're
if you
up and up.
If you have brains, you know going in that the odds are against you and this isn't going to work out in your favor. All right? But maybe it will.
When you trust an insurance company, you're thinking, okay, I'm putting my well-being financially and the protection of my car in this company. This company could give a fuck about you. They want your fucking premiums every month.
What, I gotta care about you too? Fuck, man.
Well, that is a lot to ask.
That's a lot.
Every fucking insurance company, they're all doing that. You're in good hands. They look like they're looking out for you.
The marketing is disgusting.
Oh, yeah, they're fucking you. They're all a bunch of cunts, but
Pirate.
it is what it is.
Emu.
All right, until next week,
And
go.
Fuck
Have anything
yourself.
else? Fuck yourself? What do you have to say, Whoopi? Anything?
Hey guys,
Give me all your
this
money,
shit-
motherfucker!
this
Fuck
shit-
you! Denied.
Denied.
Plus $3.99 this month. Fuck you. Goodbye. Good night. Denied. Fuck off.
Denied.
You can kindly fuck off now. Please subscribe and share. Well, you can kindly fuck off now.